What's going on, guys? Day 2 of our Australia trip. Unbelievable. Yesterday we launched ammonyc.au. So we did it here with our boys stashed down below, tons of cars. Inside is the ammo detailing studio, which we're going to show you right now. And then all the way on the other side over there is where we have all the ammo products going out to everybody in Australia. But today we're going to be cleaning this car right here. You see it? From here, it looks just like any regular M3. It is not. We're gonna go over and talk to my buddy Brody about why this is so special, get it cleaned up, and off to the show. Today, on this episode, Drive and Protect. Hey
Larry, how you doing?
Good to see you, brother.
Likewise.
All right, so what is so special about this M3?
So this is a 2011 BMW M3 GTS. It has a 4.4 litre naturally aspirated V8. It was actually BMW's answer to the Porsche GT3 RS 4.0. It's in a beautiful fire orange colour. What makes this extra special is that there's only 125 made. Of that 125, there's only 15 in right-hand drive, which is unusual for you guys in America. Now today we're going to do a preservation detail on this, get it dialed in so that when it hits the market for sale, the owner can get top value for the car.
As I mentioned, a day earlier, we had a massive car show and training session at the Stash Studio in Sydney, Australia, to launch our all-new website, ammonyc.au. We now ship ammo formulas nationwide to Australia and New Zealand direct to customers from the Stash facility, where they offer full ammo preservation details and the absolute best temperature and humidity controlled vehicle storage facility in the country. It is completely insane to see it in person. Visit ammonyc.au and stash.group to learn more. When the GTS was revealed, BMW suggested only 150 be produced, but in fact, only 138 were ever built by the M division. 113 left-hand drives and approximately 25 right-hand drives. Now, the numbers vary slightly by who you ask, but nonetheless, it's insanely rare. This is a street-legal M3 set up for the track, as evidenced by the roll cage in place of the rear seats, the 6-point harness, the fire extinguisher, coil-over suspension, and of course the ride height has been reduced 16 millimeters in the front and 12 in the rear. Suffice it to say, this is an extremely rare and coveted BMW that desperately needs paint correction and protection before it goes up for sale. When I'm working on very rare cars, pre-soaking the paint is a must because the lubricated soap will actually carry much of the dirt away from the clear coat without actually scratching the paint. If you look closely, this is a perfect example of the lubrication encapsulating the dirt and the tiny rocks, then carrying it away or off the surface without scratching it. Let the foam do its work for a few minutes, then go in and power wash it away. Next, refoam the paint and agitate with your microfiber towels, making sure you rotate them as they become dirty. After the agitation phase, then work the seams and the crevices with gentle brushes. Under the hood and in the engine compartment, it was covered in oil and grease from the racetrack, but also notice the fire orange engine cover as well. This is exclusive to the GTS. Very cool.
As you can see, after the wash, we have this remaining dark area. Now, this is the area behind the license plate frame. So what happened is the car became very dirty. Obviously this is a race car, spent more time on the track than it does in the wash bay, which is understandable. The dirt gets trapped behind here as the paint heats up and cools down, the dirt gets trapped further and further and gets embedded into the paint. So even though I've used high pH cleaner, meaning Titan 12 here, we've scrubbed it pretty well, it hasn't come out. No problem, don't worry about it. We're actually gonna get that during the polishing phase. Why? When we're polishing, we're heating up the paint a little bit and we're sort of abrading that surface and exfoliating the skin, so to speak, of the paint, and we're gonna pull all that junk out. So that'll be removed, we're not worried about it, so don't go crazy during the wash. Focus on the polish, and this thing's gonna look 10 times better when we're done.
After the wash and dry in bay number 1, the GTS travels down the line to bay number 2 for a paint correction on the lift. Under the correction lights, you can clearly see this paint is absolutely toast, really swirled out and scratched from trackside wipe downs without any lubrication. You can really see the damage that accumulates over time. However, this is incredibly common on most cars today. When I'm working on a paint correction with a partner like I am with Brody here, it can be really helpful to put a dot of polish on your finger and then just kind of lightly dot the areas where you think there might be more work that needs to be done. So from my angle, I can see his area better, and from his angle, he can see my area better. So when you're working with someone, just make a few dots, be like, hey, you want to touch this up, touch that up. So that's what we're doing right here. It's just kind of a helpful, quick way to make sure that nothing is missed. While Brody and I were perfecting the paint, Leighton is cleaning up the wheel wells and the suspension to make sure that both the paint and the suspension and the wheels all match each other before it goes up for sale. Okay, at this point, the paint looks absolutely fantastic, and we moved the car from bay number 2 into bay number 3. You can see a lot more light, so we can work on the interior and see everything, which is fantastic because it's pretty dark in here. It's a black interior. I'm gonna be working on the plastic and leather. Leighton is gonna be working on the carpets, and then Brody's gonna be polishing up this area right here. It's a GTS number 066, so a lot going on. Plus, he's also gonna be polishing the roll bar. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. When we're done, we're gonna take it for a drive probably tomorrow morning. Can't wait for that. you happen to have oil or grease stains on your carpet, which is super common, especially on driver's side floor mats, because you're walking to and from a store through the parking lot, there's oil on the parking lot, you get on the bottom of your shoes, boom, it's now inside the car. If you have that, it's okay to use a degreaser, or commonly referred to as all-purpose cleaner, to lift and remove those stains. However, once the stain is safely removed, then you have to wash, or what we call flushing, the high pH away or out of the carpet that you just cleaned. In this case, I'm using shag to avoid leaving that high pH degreaser in the fibers. Why? Because if you leave those in there, they tend to turn them white, and the material becomes very stiff or brittle, and we don't obviously want that. So flushing it after degreasing it is critical. The bottom line is this: it's okay to use a high pH like a degreaser if it's absolutely necessary on the interior of the car. However, you must return it to a neutral pH when the stain removal is done. Keep that in mind and you're going to be in good shape. While Leighton and I were just touching up the interior, Brody jumped onto the paint again with an ISO wipe on the exterior just in preparation for the coating. Heavily apply Reflex Pro 2 coating to one panel at a time. Allow 10 to about 30 seconds for it to rainbow or flash based on the humidity of your particular region, and then gently buff it with multiple clean microfiber towels. You should use about half to 3/4 of a bottle for an average size vehicle, so keep that in mind. After the last bits of trim and glass were completed, we both signed the ammo badge and attached it to the driver's side jamb, and she was ready to go. Well guys, there you have it. The M3 is done. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's my first car detailed in Australia, first car detailed in the new ammo studio, and my first time ever cleaning a car right-hand drive. Unbelievable. If you guys are interested in getting detail, make sure you visit ammonyc.au. You can get all the products here now in Australia. Plus, you can also get your car detailed like this one here. Only thing left to do is to go for a ride. All right guys, so we finished the car late last night. It is early morning, Australia. I am driving right-hand drive, one of one, M3, unbelievable. And I'm doing it on the wrong side of the road, so there's a lot going on right now. Here we go, listen to this sound. Oh, feel that thing kick. You see the way it kicks in? There is nothing like that. Beautiful day through the canyons in Australia. First time driving a right-hand drive. I can't even put it to words. This is what driving's all about right here. What a beast. Woo. Well guys, there you have it. The M3 is amazing, looks fantastic. We're in Australia. I can't put it into words. Now, this car is going up for sale, but I think once he sees it, he may not want to let it go. As always guys, thanks for watching. We got a lot more coming up. Talk to you soon. Oh boy. How you doing in there?
I can't breathe.
All right, so this is an 07 GTI Fahrenheit edition. They only made 1,200. This is 1172, and as you can see, it's a complete disaster.
It was a nightmare.
Hurricane damage, the inside cooked, the outside is not much better.
Yeah.
I had somebody lined up to buy it.
Yeah.
And I think if we work smart on this car, we can actually give them a pretty dope surprise at the end.
What do you think?
It's a pretty car. All my girls love purple, so this is like, I just told her I bought her a car.
That thing is such a beast. When you're not driving it and seeing it going down the road is completely insane. Unreal. Another beautiful Lamborghini. Love it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next week.